Hey, good morning. How is everybody? So it is my morning, and I have a good night story sleep type for you today. But it's good to see everybody today. And I just watched Lupe's Pumpkin Pour in honor of the Indigenous Peoples Day, and was really, I chose the book for today last night, and this kind of fits in because it's going to take us all around the world in different ways and in different peoples. And I thought, that kind of fits with what Lupe did. Hers was specifically for her culture. This is going to embrace a lot of cultures, and I hope you're going to like it. Um, anyway, I'm going to read um, a book, and I'm going to read it through twice. It's set up in a little different format. The one reason I'm reading twice is it's going to take you through the story. It's going to go back and have each story, the part of the story, and then it's going to describe the culture with that part of the story. So I want to read it through two times, and you'll get a chance to see the artwork more closely that way because it is pretty amazing if you're all into at all into fiber arts or stitchery or that kind of work. You're just going to be amazed. But before I hop into that, I gotta say hi to everybody, and I just wanted to say thank you for being here. Story and art is a special part of my day, and I am so pleased that I get to be here and record this for you since I'm still hanging out with the grandkids. Lachlan got up at 6:30 this morning, so he slept in a little bit. But yeah, anyway, we have and Layla is still sleeping. Um, Annalene and Philip are up doing their early morning workout like they always do. So I thought I would get a story recorded for you for today. So here we go. It is called My Bed. Oops, where did that go? Hang on. There it is. Just had to pause for just a second so you could see it. My Bed, Enchanting Ways to Fall Asleep Around the World. And the words are by Rebecca Bond, and the pictures are by Sally Maver. And at the end, there's also a description of what her, from the artist's perspective, of how she managed to do this. It's pretty amazing. So here we go. The story part first, and then again with the extras. My bed rocks on water. My bed sways in the breeze. My bed's a curtain beneath my bed's beneath a curtain. My bed's aloft in trees. My bed's a rug of woven wool my father's mother made. My bed's a mat of river grass that lies beneath the tree shade. My bed is made from fired clay and heated from below. My bed unrolls on grasslands vast. It travels where I go. My bed is in the courtyard, our family's private space. My bed is on the rooftop, the coolest sleeping place. My bed is built from sturdy wood. My bed is warm. My bed is good. My bed's a futon on the floor. There is no bed I could love more. Can you see me in my bed? I fit so nicely, toe to head. My bed is mine and me and right. It's bedtime now for me. Good night. Okay. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to read all the parts about the different types of cultures that this goes with, but I'm going to read this from the author first, or from the illustrator. And she says, a note about the stitching. In creating the illustrations from my bed, I feel as if I'd gotten to visit all the children in the places that live around the globe, even though I stayed home. Rebecca Bond wrote a narrative that celebrates our differences while also bringing us together through the universal theme of children sleeping safe in their beds. It was my job to bring these children to life and create their varying environments. When making the artwork for each of the featured locations, I thought about what makes each child's bed home unique as well as warm and welcoming. Deciding which patterns, details, and tradition to represent wasn't easy. A single country often has many ways of sleeping, and similar traditions are often shared by many countries. My aim was to portray a distinct sense of place for each culture using architecture, furnishings, and landscape as guides. I researched the different regions, looking at photos of children and their living situations, both inside and out, now and in the past. Traditional design and patterns were of special interest to me as I relish embroidering details at every opportunity. For example, the rug on the Afghanistan page is hand stitched with naturally dyed wool yarn, and the cherry blossoms in the tree on the Japan page are stitched with French knots. In fact, all the original artwork was stitched entirely by hand. I embroidered, wrapped, and bound together a variety of materials with techniques I've developed through the years of experimentation. As a child, I learned to sew from my grandmother and mother, and I'm pleased to carry on the tradition in new and inventive ways. It took a lot of time to hand stitch everything. Machines can't reproduce the look and feel that I want. Manipulating materials in my hands is the best way I've found to translate what I imagine into something real to share. Using a needle and thread, I created the three-dimensional figures and other parts of our out of fabric, beads, and wire. They are like characters, props, and scenery in a shallow miniature stage set all sewn into fabric backdrop. I prefer to work in a small scale. The printed reproductions you see are the same size as what I make. Most everything is formed and articulated with thread or silk ribbon, but sometimes I paint on wooden beads with tiny brushes, such as for the children's faces. All kinds of beads, sewing notions, and even some real bamboo were useful for bed parts, roof tiles, and other architectural details. It was a pleasure to make each and every one of the scenes and to connect with this group of children in the places they call home. I hope you enjoy meeting them all, snug in their beds while you travel around the world through the pages of the book. Wow. It says Rebecca Bond, who's the author, loved falling asleep next to her cat, a gifted author illustrator of many books, including Out of the Woods, In the Belly of an Ox, and The Place in the Snow, and Escape from Baxter's Barn. Rebecca has had her work chosen for a Society of Illustrators show, selected at a PW Flying Start, and praised by reviewers as exquisitely rendered and heartwarming and evocative. She grew up in a tiny village of Peacham in northeastern Vermont. She lived for many years in Boston with her family, and she wrote this rhyming poem to help all children love falling asleep in their own bed. And Sally Maver loves sleeping close to an open window. With a needle, thimble, thread, and found objects, Sally creates astonishing fabric relief illustrations, a technique fostered by a childhood where making things by hand was important. The author illustrator of many books, including Pocketful of Posies, A Treasure of Nursery Rhymes, which won both the Boston Globe Horn Book Award and the Golden Kite Award for illustration. Sally lives on Cape Cod in Massachusetts with her husband. Yes, very cool. So now we've got the information on the author and the illustrator, and now I'm going to take us back to the beginning. And I am going to go through the book one more time and now talk about the different cultures added to on each page here. So let's see. I think I might leave myself up there. We'll see how that goes, if it works there. Let's find a better spot to hide me. Um, I don't want to cover any of this. It's all so cool. There we go. Ah, I know what I'll do. Let's trade this to a tall and make it not very big. There we go. And yay. There. Cool. Okay. So this has how it starts. Oops. That looked that way. My bed rocks on the water. And this says, in the Netherlands, some children live on houseboats, on canals or rivers. Like everything else in these children's homes, their beds move gently up and down with the waves. Look at those details. I love the way that the dock is made. My bed sways in the breeze. For centuries, sleeping in hammocks has been a tradition in Brazil, Mexico, and other countries in South and Central America. Hammocks provide a comfortable and transportable way of resting, and in some cases also protect against scorpions and snakes. My goodness, look at that. I look at the details of that hammock and the tree behind. My bed's beneath a curtain. In warm, humid places, parts of the world such as India, finely woven netting prevents mosquito bites even when one is sleeping with the windows wide open. In Africa, we had mosquito nets over our beds in Mashatu and in Tule. Did we have them? Yeah, we did not have them in Malamala. We had them in Mashatu and Tule. It's very cool. My bed's aloft in trees. In traditional homes nestled in the mountains of Norway, children sleep nestled into beds that are nestled into walls. These alcove or cubby beds have space, offer privacy, and keep sleepers warm. There's my heritage, the Norwegian part at least. I love that. No wonder my mom always liked those kind of beds. My bed's a rug of woven wool my father's mother made. At night in Afghanistan, many families lay mattresses atop soft hand woven rugs and sleep together in a common room. In the morning, they fold their bedding to the side. Look at that cool. The slippers. My bed's a mat of river grass that lies beneath tree shade. During the dry season in parts of Ghana, children may prefer to nap outside in the fresh air. Courtyards provide shelter places to doze on mats or mattresses, which can be brought inside during the night as temperatures turn cooler. Oh, look at that. Look at the window, um, the lines across the window to make it like a window shade. And then the stonework. My bed is made from fired clay and heated from below. In northern parts of the world, such as Russia, winter temperatures can be so cold that many homes have a large stove for cooking and heating, and thick walls make the stove safe to touch and a cozy place to sleep. I love that. Oh, and the details in the trunk there, and then the other house in the background that has the smoke coming out. And look at the smoke coming out of the chimney. and the tatting around it to make the gingerbread around the edge of the house. That's tatting, a very intricate type of mm, it's a like a kind of like a needle crochet, very crazy. I remember my mom doing tatting. My bed unrolls on grasslands vast. It travels where I go. In the wide open steppes of Mongolia, nomadic people move when the seasons change to find fresh pastures for their horses, sheep, and yaks, just as their ancestors have for centuries. My friend Art Wolf that I went to Africa with, the photographer, he does a trip to Mongolia every couple of years, and just about 6 weeks before he was in Africa, he was in Mongolia, and they sleep in these traveling yurts in this area. It's pretty fascinating. Look at that beautiful. Look at the teapot. Wow. My bed is in the courtyard, our family's private space. Some traditional homes in Iran and other parts of the Middle East are built around a cool, peaceful courtyard. High walls offer a quiet, private outdoor place to rest on hot summer nights. You see the people in the window? Oh my gosh. My bed is on the rooftop, the coolest sleeping place. In some desert areas of North Africa, including parts of Morocco, scorching summer days give way to cool nights. What better place to catch a dreamy breeze and to gaze at the stars than on a roof? More tatting in the window. My bed is built from sturdy wood. My bed is warm. My bed is good. Many bed frames in Canada and the United States are made of wood that comes from these countries' forests. Hardwoods like maple, walnut, cherry, oak, and birch make for strong beds that last for many years and can be passed down from generation to generation. Yes. My bed's a futon on the floor. There is no bed I could love more. For hundreds of years, people in Japan have slept on mattresses called futons. A futon sits on the floor atop a straw mat called a tatami. In the morning, children roll up their futons and put them in the closet or hang them out of a window to keep them fresh. And this is where she used the French knots to make the cherry blossoms. Very cool. And the little slippers. Oh my gosh, how cute. Can you see me in my bed? I fit so nicely, toe to head, all the different kinds in miniature, and the silhouette and the edging. Oops. My bed is mine and me and right. It's bedtime now for me. Look at the giraffe and all the different kids' toys and stuff. And she put them all, the different cultures all into it in via the toy that was on each page. Like here's the giraffe, and there's the sun, and the fish, and the bunny. And if you go back here, you'll see the fish. Where'd the fish go? Oh, he's on the lampshade. And I know that parrot was up at the beginning. There's the bunny. And the duck goes on there. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? Darling. And the giraffe. Good night. Let's move me out of the way so you can see that. Oh, the details of this artwork are just phenomenal. Oh my gosh, you guys. That was something else. So that is My Bed by Rebecca Bond. If you are at all into stitchery, that kind of handwork, this would be a wonderful book to have in your collection. Yeah. Well, I hear kids rising in the background somewhere, so I'm going to wrap this up and get it posted for you guys so that you can see it tonight. Um, I guess Bryn and Danny and their three spent the night last night at their friends, but they're coming back today. So another wound up fun time Lachlan and Layla. Layla has a day off school, but Lachlan's taking a break today from school, so we're going to go do some family things. And I will see you guys hopefully at the premiere. If not, enjoy this book. And thank you so much for coming to Story and Art. It means the world to me. And I thank you for sharing your time and for being here. Until next time, everybody, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you, but the first place you'll find it is in your mirror. Catch you later.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.